Hey gym owners, in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys the exact script my clients have used to close over 80% of the people that walk in their door. If you don't know who I am, my name's Sam Arch and I've helped over 80 plus gyms scale in 2023 alone. What we do is we help gym owners cut their work hours in half while doubling or even tripling their revenue. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into it. Awesome. So guys, this is the sales script that my clients have used to close over 80% of the people that walk into their door. And I'm just going to run you through this and you can copy this word for word. Okay. So this script works insanely well in getting people not in the door, but actually converted into a member on a 6-month package the first time they actually meet you guys. So I'll just walk you through it all. All right. So basically this is the environment you want to be selling to someone in. So they want there to be no distractions, organized and free of clutter. Okay, you don't want them looking anywhere else except you and thinking about their desired goal. Okay, the equipment you guys are going to need is this run sheet, so this printed out, hands-free, so a notepad, pen, water, all necessary sign-up forms and contracts to get them signed up on the spot. Time, appointments should be no longer than 15 to 30 minutes in duration, so please make sure you're setting 15 to 30 minutes aside after every class for every single time a new prospect comes in. And what you're going to be offering them is 6 months of group training for $175 a month. Now obviously guys, you can change this to suit your pricing, but keep in mind when we get to the bottom of the script, you'll need to change those prices as well and make sure the price gap is the exact same for the two prices that you'll be changing. Okay, and the objective is to gather information on the prospect and see if they're a good fit for your service. Once they're a fit, sign up to a 6-month package and book them in for their next orientation. All right, key things to remember is release your attachment to the yes and keep your ego in check. All right, so let's get into it. So first of all, what you want to do is obviously introduce yourself. How are you? Did you enjoy your workout? And most of the time they're going to say, yes, I love the workout. If they said they didn't love the workout, then they're never going to buy. Okay, so it's important to do this after they train and ask them how the workout went. Make a bit of small talk and get comfortable with each other. A key thing to remember, guys, is you want to be sitting next to them, so side by side rather than facing each other, as this is going to reduce the tension and make it seem like they're chatting to a friend rather than a salesman or a coach. Okay, and the sales space. If you have a separate space for sales, take them there and make sure it's a quiet room without noises or distractions. If you don't have a specific space for sales, take them to be a spot where they can sit down and just relax for a bit. Okay, you want them to be sitting down, you want to give them some water maybe and just get them nice and comfortable. They're going to be sweaty, they're going to be full of endorphins, they're going to be ready to go. So you just want to chill them out, give them some water and calm their heart rate down a bit. Okay, make sure it's a non-threatening environment and make sure it doesn't have any eavesdroppers, as that will make the prospect very uncomfortable, especially when asking questions related to their health and fitness. So when opening up about your health and fitness, I'm sure you can imagine it can be very vulnerable. It can be very vulnerable for the prospect. Okay, so you want to make sure it's in a quiet area where no one can hear them. This will allow them to open up more, and which will allow you to then use this as fire to actually get them signed up on that 6-month package. And one more thing that is very important that I forgot to write on this sheet is you're not selling them a membership, you're assisting them in reaching their goals. Okay, this is going to be explained later on in the script, but a lot of gym owners think scripts like these are salesy, but that's not the case at all. Okay, you're simply helping someone reach their desired goal, and to do that they need to buy a gym membership. So you're helping them get out of their own way and you're actually helping them reach their goal by selling to them a gym membership. Okay, that's the way you need to think about this, guys. And if you have that paradigm shift, sales and signing people up for your gym is never going to be easier. Okay, so what you want to do is a few questions you can ask. The purpose of this consultation is just to find out a little. This is how you start the script. So this is how you start your script. You go off and say the purpose of this consultation is just to find out a little bit more about you and what you want to get out of the program, fitness facility like this, so I can see if it's going to be the right fit for you and after the trial. Then if it sounds like something we can help you with, I'll explain our options and see if we can sort something out. But before I begin, tell me a little bit about yourself. So right now, guys, what you are doing is you're setting out the authority of the chat. You guys are in control of the chat and you're letting the prospect know what's going to happen so they're prepared for it and they're not going to be butting in asking any questions really. Okay, so optional, you don't have to say this, but what this would do is actually create urgency and a bit of scarcity as well. We also only take on 5 new people a month, so just want to make sure that this is the right facility for you. Okay, now this is optional, guys, you don't have to say this. Next step is to build rapport. So you kind of just want to ask them, so what do you guys do? What do you do for a living? Are you married? Do you have kids? Whereabouts do you live? What do you enjoy doing? What are the foods you normally eat? Just building a bit of rapport, make it seem relatable. Guys, you're a human talking to a human. You guys want to build that relationship as they're going to be training at your gym in the future. So this is a great way of doing that. Okay. You also want to be writing these things down, as what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to keep them accountable in the future, and actually it's going to higher your client retention once you get them signed up. Okay. So keep that in mind, guys. So then you want to ask them, what are 3 bad habits you can stop? Okay. Then you want to ask, what are 3 good habits you can start? And then you want to ask, what do you like to do for fun in your spare time? Okay, if they've already told you, if they went on that, told you a little rant about, or a little bit of briefing about their hobbies, you don't want them to make them repeat themselves, and it's going to sound like you weren't listening. So just keep that in mind. Don't ask them what their hobbies are, and then if they start talking about their hobbies, like say they're like, yeah, I love surfing, and then you're like, oh, okay, so what do you like doing in your spare time? Rather, you could just be like, oh, so you said you like surfing. What else do you like to do in your spare time? Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to understand their current situation. So you want to get important details like their current weight. What have you tried in the past that hasn't worked? What have you tried that has worked? Where do you feel stuck? Okay. And to ask this in a question form, you say, what is your current situation? And how does it make you feel that you're in your current situation? Okay. Then once they start giving you these answers, guys, you want to start saying, oh, tell me more. Can you elaborate a bit on that? Or could you go into a little bit more depth on that? So if they're like, what is your current situation? If they're like, oh, I weigh 120 kilos. I just can't stop eating in the middle of the night. It's really a bad habit. You're like, oh, okay. Can't stop eating in the middle of the night. Okay. Could you go into a little bit more depth on why you think that's happening? Okay. You just want to make them feel like you're trying to help them. I mean, that's what you're doing in the end of the day. So make them feel like that, guys. All right. Okay, and then you want to ask, is there any particular areas where this is affecting you in your life? So they could be like, oh, I feel like shit, I'm not confident, I can't talk to girls. This is where you're going to use this later on in the sales script for ammo. So it's important that you note these things down, about what they're saying, and it's important that you make them say it or go into a little bit more depth if they're not really being too open about it. Okay, then what you want to do is drive the pain. So when someone's telling you these painful things about their life, you want to you want to give them empathy. Okay, you want to empathize with them. Okay, say, oh, that's not great, that sucks, sounds frustrating, that would make me feel terrible, for example. Okay, then you want to ask him, how does that feel? Okay, this is creating pain in the current situation. Now, prospects might not like this, but trust me, ask these questions and you'll get people signing up. Okay, there's always going to be a lot of pain. There's always going to be a lot of kind of pushing back from yourself when looking at these questions, trying to ask them. But just trust me and ask these questions and you'll get people to sign up. Okay, it's usually the emotional questions that you don't want to ask that you should be asking, and that's the needle mover in getting someone to sign up for a 6-month package. Okay, it's the emotional pain they're feeling right now. So you need to ask these questions, guys. It's very, very important. Okay, so you want to ratify with them and you want to show that you actually care. Now you want to understand their goals, where they want to go. So they've got the current situation. Now you want to understand their goals, and then eventually you want to build the bridge in the middle. But we're just going to start with the goals now. So we've got the current situation, they're here, and this is where they want to get to, their goals. Okay, so these are some things you want to ask. So what's your absolute ultimate vision for your health and fitness in 12 months time from now? And guys, if they're being kind of vague in their answers, you can always rephrase the question. Okay, you can always ask them to go into a little bit more depth for them to keep talking. Okay, and one key trick is if someone says, in 12 months time, I want to lose 20 kilos. It's called mirroring. What it is you're pretty much just going to be like, oh, okay, okay, 20 kilos, okay. Just kind of muttering it back to them. Okay, what this is going to do is going to make them elaborate on that a bit more, and it's a great tactic to use to get someone to speak more on what they just said. Okay, then you want to ask what would happen, what would have to happen to make you 100% happy. They could say, I want to fit into a normal shirt, I want to feel confident again. How would it make you feel being insert goal? How would it make you feel being able to run 10Ks? How would it make you feel being able to lose 20 kilos and weigh 80? Okay, what would it mean to you? How would your life be different? Being like 80 kilos, 20 kilos lighter, or being like able to run 10 kilometers, okay? Would anyone else be impacted by this? Now guys, again, this is very important in them visualizing their goal. Would anyone else be impacted by this? Oh, my girlfriend, she would love if I was to lose weight and just have a healthier lifestyle. I'd be more happy around the house. I wouldn't be as cranky all the time. Okay, my kids, I want to set a good example for my kids, type of thing. All right, this is what you want to get out of them. Okay, and how does it make you feel that you can't do that now? So, I feel horrible. I feel like my kids are judging me. These are the type of answers you want to get, and I understand it can be a painful question to ask, but these are the questions that you must ask if you want to get people to sign up for your gym. And like I said, all you're doing is talking to them on a one-on-one level, getting them to realize their goals, and you're going to help them reach their goals. So there shouldn't be anything stopping you from asking these questions, okay? And this last question is, it's called a temperature check. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to you that you achieve these results? So what you're doing right now, guys, is you're kind of seeing where they're at and how bad they want this. So you've just spoken about all the things they want to achieve and all the things they dream of. Now you're asking how bad do you want it on a scale of 1 to 10. If they say 10, then you know you're in for a sign up. If they say 1, then you're going to have to do a little bit more pushing. Okay? Now, what you want to do is establish the gap. So you've got their current situation, and now you've just established their goals. Now you're establishing the gap in between the middle. In my last video, I talked about it looking like a bridge. Okay, so you're establishing that gap, what they have to do to get to their goals. Okay, so what you want to do first of all is recap where they are right now. So you want to recap, okay, I've got a great idea of where you are right now. As you said, you weigh 100 kilos and you can't stop eating bad food at nighttime. You basically just want to say what they said in the information gathering and their current situation sector. Okay, then you want to recap where they want to be. Okay, so then you say, okay, and I've also got a clear idea of where you ultimately want to be. You want to be able to run 10 kilometers. You want to be able to live a healthier lifestyle. Okay, so you also want to establish where they want to be. So you want to say, okay, so I've got a super clear idea of ultimately where you want to be. I understand you want to be able to run 10Ks. I understand you want to be more confident and be able to talk to girls. Okay, pretty much you just say what they said in the goal section. Now you want to identify the gap between the two. Okay, so now you want to say, okay, but can you see that there's a massive gap between the two? Yeah. And when you say yeah, it's like you're insinuating, you're encouraging them to agree with you. Okay, so this again works insanely well. Okay, and they're gonna be like, yeah, and you say, okay, so what are the 3 biggest issues that you see? And they might say, accountability. The 3 biggest issues: I can't stay consistent, I'm not motivated, and I lose discipline very quick. Okay, now you need to understand, what do they think they need to do to close this gap? So what do you need to do or learn to close that massive gap from where you are today to where you want to get to? Okay, this is where they're going to tell you things that you can then this is when they're going to tell you things that you can then say is included in the program. Okay, so a diet, a meal plan, training, accountability, motivation. Okay, if I give you those things, do you feel like you're going to get to your result? Okay, so they've just told you what they need to get to the result, and now you're saying, if I give you those, do you think that's going to help you get to the result? They're going to say yes to this. Okay, yes. And you're okay, so what's stopping you, or what stopped you, or what is stopping you from achieving this alone? Okay, now they're clearly, they know where they are. Okay, they know where they want to go. There's a gap in the middle. okay? The things they're going to have to do to get to that gap. And now they're tying that gap, that bridge in the middle, directly to you or your service or your gym, okay? So now they know that you are the thing that's going to get them to achieve their goal, okay? This is very important to understand. So what stopped you or is stopping you from achieving these alone? I don't know how to do it. These are the answers you're looking for, guys. Look for these. So I don't know how to. I want to do it faster. I can't do it alone. Okay, most people will say nothing. Some people say, oh, nothing's stopping me. And you're like, okay, so how haven't you done it then? Okay, so if they don't give you any of these answers, what you want to do is keep rephrasing the question until you get one of these. And you just want to have a couple of rephrases in the back of your head. So like, okay, so why haven't you reached 80 kilos yet? Why can't you run 10 kilometers? Okay, so why are you feeling so grumpy all the time? Okay, you just want to rephrase these questions into their situation, and it should allow them to open up some more. Okay, now this is where you get the buy-in. So now you got to prove the want and need. Okay, so you want to understand how bad they want it and what their commitment is to making it happen. So you simply just ask, okay, so how bad do you want this? Why not just continue with what you're doing and stay where you are? Okay, and they're going to give you answers, guys, and when they give you answers, you just say, just nod your head, you repeat their answer. So why not just continue, why not just stay where you are and continue with what you're doing? Because I want to change, I want to be more confident. You're like, okay, more confident, okay. And if I had a magic wand, when would you want this outcome to be in your life? And they would be like, right now, okay. And you're like, okay, right now. Okay. And then you can say, if I was to take you on, how committed would you be to doing what it takes to get this outcome? And they would say 10 out of 10 committed, okay? So now what you've done, guys, is you've got where they are, you've got where they want to go, you've created the gap, the bridge in the middle, and now they are committing themselves to making this happen, okay? So this is where you're getting their commitment, okay? Now you're agreeing with them. Okay, so listen, you're a perfect fit. Okay, you recap everything they want and their current situation. So you're a perfect fit. Honestly, I know that I can get you more confidence, and I know I can make you lose 20 kilos and their current situation. So I know I can make you lose 20 kilos and go from 120 to 100 kilos and just go from all these bad habits to a very disciplined, healthy person. Based on everything we've talked about, you said you want this. You want to lose 20 kilos and be able to run 10 kilometers, and the three biggest problems are this, and this. And then you say, okay, so you're currently currently 5 out of 10 in happiness of where you are, from what I've heard and what your commitment is to this. So there's a bit of work, but we can definitely help you with this, okay? Do you want me to tell you more about how I think I can help you achieve your goals? Now, guys, this is where you're asking for permission to keep on going, okay? So they're going to say, yes, tell me more. And then again, this is establishing that you are tied to the bridge in the middle. You are tied to getting that result because they're asking you to tell them rather than you just telling them. So this is a very important question to ask as well. Okay, then you let them know that they'll be a perfect fit for the first time visitor only, 3 to 6 to 12 month program, whatever you guys want to do. Okay, and you say, well, I think based on where you are now and where you want to be, you're a perfect fit for our special 6-month program package. Do you want me to tell you a little bit more about what that would entail? Again, you're asking for permission to keep going, okay? Showing that they're interested and they need you to tell them so they can reach their goal, okay? So right now, guys, you're helping them reach their goal. You're not selling, you're helping them buy, okay? This is a very important mindset shift you guys need to make to honestly make this script work for you, okay? And now, the program package. This is where you go into detail about your guys' program. The key things to take away from this is you want to keep it high level, keep it outcome based, and solve the top 3 pain points that they have. Avoid selling through features, and you want to sell through benefits. Okay, not features, benefits. You don't want to sell the drill. You want to sell the whole. Okay, if that makes sense. So this is where you go into it. So we help everyday families, individuals change their lifestyle, improve their health, and gain confidence with the beginner classes in a welcoming, non-judgmental environment. This 6-month program provides new clients like yourself the opportunity to soak up our entire beginners program for the first month to get you an amazing kickstart to lose 20 kilos. And then we can really start to tackle their goals and make it happen for a long-term lifestyle change, so we don't experience the yo-yo effect that I'm sure you've experienced before. And this is where we go into selling the benefits, guys. So it includes unlimited group classes morning and evening, so you're never going to have to struggle to find another time again. Okay, nutritional plan to help you guys learn the tools you need to sustain a healthy lifestyle without giving up the food you love, so you're never going to know what you can and can't eat. And an orientation session every month to provide you with everything you need to crush it that month. So this is where you're going to keep them accountable. Okay, and most importantly, accountability and support, not just for me but the others in the group, to keep an eye to keep you on track towards your goals. Okay, so now they know what the package includes. Okay, now you just ask them the question, does that sound like something you are looking for? Okay, so now they're going to say yes or no. So this is key, and if they say yes, you pretty much know they're sold from there. Okay, the answers you're looking for is yes, that's awesome, how much would that cost? Okay, if you get I don't know, then you kind of want to go into a bit more pain. Oh, okay, why don't you know? And then you might have to retrack yourself back and start again, just rephrasing the questions into getting them to believe that this is what's going to get them to their desired goal. Okay, they might have some questions or objections. Refer to the pain points and objections for our objection handling script. Now I'll be giving you this in our later video, guys. Okay, but now this is where we go to the close. All right, so this is the most important part of the script, and this is where you're going to be getting them signed up. So it is very integral that you guys get this mastered and you practice this over and over again. Okay, so now they've got where they are, where they want to go. They've established you as the bridge in the middle. Now all you got to do is get them signed up and get them to their goal. Okay, so this is an optional part, but we only really take on 5 people a month for this program. And once the spots are full, that's it. The program would usually cost $175 a month, and then there's another $150 enrollment fee for month 1. However, because you've signed up through our special trial and you're the first time visitor, you'll get the entire 6-month program for $150 a month. And then we'll also waive the whole entire enrollment fee, so you're pretty much looking at around $300 worth of savings by signing up now. Okay, and getting started is really simple. We just need to go through your payment information and a couple of forms, and then schedule you in for your first orientation session after the trial is over. You ready to get started? Now they should say yes, take my money. Okay, and when they say yes, take my money, you say good stuff. So here's what to expect. You're going to receive some text messages with your booking details and everything you need to get started. I'll also email you over a registration form that needs to be completed as soon as possible. It's mobile friendly. Congrats and welcome to the club. Are you excited? And they're like, yeah. Like, awesome. Well, we're pumped to have you on board. This is going to be a game changer for you for the next 6 months. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message and feel free to touch base. And that's it, guys. That is how to get people signed up. 80% of the people that walk into your door signed up on a 6-month package. Okay, so basically, guys, if you want to know a bit more about what we do and how we help our gym owners, there's going to be a link to a funnel in the description. Okay, you don't have to click on it, but it's just there if you're curious on what we do and how we help our gym owners. So yeah, also if you could like this video to see more content like this. If you have any problems that you're facing that you want me to cover, please comment them down below. I read all the comments, and I would love to help you guys with some of the problems you're facing. And if you want, you can also subscribe as well. It'd make my day, and I'd love you for it. So that's all for the video today, guys. Look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Have a great rest of your day. Cheers, guys. Peace.